Hello everyone. Next few minutes of the next video of this video will have an outdated name of the project. So in my case it was in the video it will be Kubernetes. In my case it's Quarkus Kubernetes. But don't get fooled, everything will work for you as well. So there is no changes to the name of the project. It just happens that well, if you use the name of the Kubernetes in the image, of course this will lead to some problems because the Kubernetes, like, you know, the sacral name of the system, and so everything that's related to Kubernetes uses the can be like a system services. So I had to rename the project to Quarkus Kubernetes, but the setup process is the same. So the startup, the container creation, and the name of the how to create a cluster will stay the same. So thank you for understanding, and yeah, I'll see you in the next second. Hello and welcome to the next lecture. So this is continuation of our lecture about the Kubernetes on a Minikube. So in a previous video you've seen how to use a Minikube and its drawbacks. There is like some issues that happen into the deployment, one of which is this Minikube, the routing like issues. So we'll fix it by promoting in some way Google Cloud Platform. They haven't paid me nothing, so that will be an objective. So keep in mind, so you need to finish this project in the previous lecture so that we can continue working on the on this. So you need to first finish it. So let's firstly start the with the Google Cloud Platform. So they have a free I think $300. So keep this project open, the Kubernetes one. But let's firstly start with the Google Cloud Platform. So they have, I think, $300 12 months free period that you can use for for trying out the Google Cloud Platform. And if it's so you can freely, without the for example, AWS has this tendency that if your project is super small, right, and you don't have like money, so you paid like $2 for a domain, right, for example, and they and you don't want to spend like too many money. So they have it free tier, right? Free tier gives you like semi freedom in movement of the of what you can do. So the AWS in some way is a communist. They give you something, so they say you like, hey, you can do this, this, and this, but if you do this, you screwed up. So you can create a T1 instance, I think, on the AWS for free for a month. But if you do something additional to it, they can charge you a lot of money. So I had the same issue like when maybe in 2012 or whatever it was. So they charged me $20 when I haven't like such money. So Google Cloud in this way is more like a capitalist or whatever. So you have like $300, do whatever you like with it. We don't care. Just they won't charge you more. But if you being overcharged, they will just disable your account. So that's more convenient. So I suggest you to try it out. And let's firstly create a registry. So we'll need to have a registry in order to make this project working. And I think you can go to here. You can go to, let's find this container registry. So it's a lot below. So you can go to container registry, and so you can set up it. So they have like the information about how to set up it. And yeah, so you can specify how to publish. So first things first, you'll need to install the Google Cloud SDK, which is available for many different platforms. just download it, have a Python ready, and just call the Google Cloud SDK install SH, and this will be enough. Then you can call also the Google G Cloud init. So Cloud SDK install SH. Let's call this one. Welcome to the Google Cloud SDK. No, in this case I'm not interested. Yes, and yes. So yeah, it's ready. Now we can call the gcloud init. So now let's call the source and then bash profile, I think. And now we can call gcloud init like this. So this will prompt you to specify your credentials. Oh, it's actually really convenient. So you will have the authentication process with, with a normal way of doing it. So yeah, so it's super easy. And now you can specify, you can choose your, project. So I'll choose the one. We have already the project. And so yeah, you can specify that you want to have a default zone. So now you can do gcloud auth docker configure docker like this, and also specify everything that you need. So click yes, of course, and it's ready. Okay, so you have seen this, right? So you've seen UGCR.io. This is the name of registry that we're gonna use. So how to use it? Of course, you'll need to have a Quarkus container image registry equals UGCR.io. So, and one more thing that we'll need to specify is container image group. Group should be the name of your project in Google Cloud Platform. So you can find it, in my case it's Driven Atrium whatever, like this. And that's more than enough. So now if we'll call the Maven v clean package minus the Quarkus container image build and push through, this should build our image and push it to our registry. You will see that let's see how it will behave actually. So firstly, you can see that the name of the tag is EUGCR Driven Atrium 25909 and then Kubernetes 1.0. That's the name of our project and the tag. So this is exactly, so this will push the image itself, and let's wait before it will push it. All right, and you can see that we actually have container pushed, right? So you see that the push refers to the name. So as we specified, the name of the registry, Driven Atrium, whatever, and then Kubernetes. And successfully pushed Docker image, the same thing, right? So now we can go to Chrome and click the refresh here, and you'll see that we have the Kubernetes. So visibility is private, of course. Yeah, so you can see the hash of the container, then tag 1.0 snapshot created 2 minutes ago, updated 1 minute ago. That's perfect. That's perfect. Let's go to the Kubernetes engine itself. So we'll need to set up the Kubernetes for us, and this is super easy. So I opened the Kubernetes engine, and so let's create a cluster. Let's click this button. This will take a while after we set up. Wow, there is a new cluster creation experience. We don't need it right now. So let's name it cluster Quarkus. Oops, Quarkus. The location type will be, let's say, regional. We don't need to make it super, well, we can put it the same as the container actually. So we'll have a West A, Europe West. West, was it West 2? I don't know. Okay, whatever. Let's use this one. So yeah, you can specify node location if you want to, but yeah. So the more nodes you have, you can specify version as well. We don't need this anything here. So let's just click create here. And I think by default, it will set up you 3 nodes if I'm not wrong, but I may be wrong, and it may add up some more money than you need to. So there was a way, I think there was a way to specify all the nodes and all this stuff, but whatever. Let's start as is. that's not the point of the video. We need to see how to communicate. So it will take a while, and when it's done, I'll start the recording again. So let's pause for a bit. All right, so I'm back from the past, right? So it's the second part of that's the second recording, and so I have the same cluster that I made. There will be a difference in the Europe North A, but this doesn't make any differences. So I'll connect it with the with this command line. So you can click on the connect and get this line, and just copy over to the terminal. Yeah, like this. Okay, so now the kubectl will be connected to our Kubernetes cluster in Google Cloud. So you'll get, if we call the kubectl get all, you will see that we have the service Kubernetes cluster IP. Okay, so again, we have only 4 properties here, which is image pool policy if not present, service type all balancer, container image registry, EOGCR, IO, and then my ID for a Google Cloud. And this is basically everything that we'll need to have. Now, the only thing that we'll need to do is actually call Maven clean package, but we would like to have the container image deploy equals true, I think. Oops. This will deploy our Docker container image to our registry in the Google Cloud Platform. And because I updated the name, so okay, so now that we have everything in our cloud, you can see that we have an image Quarkus Kubernetes, right? And we have here the 1.0 snapshot. I just created it, and we can go to the Google Cloud engine, Google Kubernetes engine, sorry. We have a cluster, everything is up and running. So now what you can do is call container image, so we can call Quarkus Kubernetes deploy equals true. And this will be more than enough for us to start Kubernetes and deploy basically to the cloud, and then no more the actions should be. Now you see that this will also push the image itself to the cloud. So basically, even if you don't have the Docker image there, it will push it as well. So you only need to have this one line of code when you start up your project. So I just showed you how to deploy the image if you want to use the registry itself without the using the Kubernetes. But you don't need to do this step of the container registry, except you'll need to create one. But yeah, so that's more than enough. So now it should be deployed. Let's see if it's exactly so. So we can of course call kubectl get services, for example, and you'll see that we have Quarkus Kubernetes running and pending 43 seconds. And we can go to the services and ingress in the console itself, and you'll see that we have load balancer pointed to 8080 on the some randomly allocated ID, and should also, yeah, so after a while you can call the kubectl get services, and you'll see the external IP also set it up. So you can call the pods itself. You will see the same image that we have on the Minikube, except that we have the external IP. And yeah, so it's working pretty well. You can go to the 8080. And you will see that it's running as we expected. Moreover, you can override some parameters for the replicas. You can specify more replicas if you need to, and this will work as well because we have a load balancer, which is covered by the Google Cloud Platform, and so it's working really nice. And yeah, nothing super magical here. You just need to set up the Google Cloud Platform locally. So you need to call this gcloud something commands that I showed you in the start of the video, and then when you have the access to the Kubernetes cluster outside, right? So you can when you call get pods, for example, or get all, and you'll see everything, every information that you can have, then this means that, that you just can call this Maven v clean package and Kubernetes deploy true. That's it. You don't need to do anything else, unless you have the few parameters in the application properties like this. So this will be more than enough. You don't need this line at all, so you can remove it as well if you're planning to use it on the Kubernetes cluster outside of the Minikube. So this will work as well if you have a registry. So so you either have this if not present, or you have a registry basically, which will be accessible from the outside of the Minikube. So yeah, and service type, it can be different, but load balancer is most convenient, at least for me. But yeah, it will in the Google Cloud Platform, it will automatically assign you a random IP, and you can use it as well. And then of course you'll need to specify a registry if you want to deploy the image outside of your local Docker environment. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Now you know how to deploy Kubernetes not only on the Minikube but on the Google Cloud Platform as well. I'll see you in the next video.